The Omicron variant of the COVID-19 virus has shot through all of our society. The cases now are worse than they had ever been throughout the entire pandemic. And this has created a state of emergency for the state of Maryland. It has caused our county executive to reinstate a mask mandate. The in-person attendance at our worship service dropped almost in half. It's very frustrating that here we are after all this time. And there's surely lots of finger pointing about, well, if these people got vaccinated or that people had done this for the government, that there would be different outcomes. But it's worldwide, and there's just so many problems. I think it's best if we just try to get through it together as a community and know that God is still in charge. God still has a plan to carry us through this pandemic, and in some ways to make us a stronger society through it. That's our choice. We have that option. Here in Job, the 19th chapter, are some very powerful words. Job says, "For I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the last he will stand upon the earth. And after my skin has been thus destroyed, then in my flesh I shall see God, whom I shall see on my side, and my eyes shall behold, and not another." Now, I realize this video goes out to people all around the world and people of all different levels of faith. But what Job experienced was a level of suffering that none of us will ever experience. The total destruction of his family, of his wealth, of his personal health. And then he spends most of the book being attacked by his friends for holding on to his belief in God, and that he did not do something that caused this to happen to him. And they're just constantly attacking him. So Job is a person who walks through incredible difficulties, worse than what we face. And yet, he finds in his heart hope. He does not become destroyed by the circumstances. There are places where he just wishes that he could be gone, and that it could be all over. But he continues to hold on to hope. And when it sounds like this, "I know that my Redeemer lives, that at the last he will stand upon the earth." Now, he had no sure promises about Jesus. He did not really necessarily understand, that there was going to be a Savior who would take away sins and who would come back at the end of time and change this world into the perfect place. He didn't have guarantees of any of that, but he just knew it. He just knew it in his heart that it's got to work that way. That sure, for a while evil can win. For a while the world can be in total chaos, but ultimately God's going to make sense of all of this. And if a man like Job, through the tremendous difficulties that he walked, can hold on to that kind of hope, then so can we. We can find hope in the midst of whatever problems we face. "After my skin has been destroyed, then in my flesh I shall see God, whom I shall see on my side." And so even when the troubles lead as far as death, still we are not defeated. Still we have hope because we know that our Redeemer lives.